Hey guys, peace and blessings. I'm Walil Archer from the Real Rap Radio Show on Downtown Hot Radio, Spiritual Vibe Radio, and Dallas Hot Christian Radio.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Tanisha L. Bowman. Super excited to be here with you all today from Chosen Christian University.
All right, and everybody, I am Nilyne on air, aka the little elephant in the room. How y'all doing today?
Super excited to have our special guest today.
Excited to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Chosen Christian University.
Yes.
So tell us, what inspired you to do faith-based university?
So my husband and myself are both faith. We're Christians. We're in Christ. And we have been looking for a business to do together. I've always had a business, but my husband has always been the 9 to 5. And so we had prayed about it, and God made it clear to us to do some things together. So we were looking into a cleaning business, but then I remembered that I don't clean. So I was like, let's not do that.
I ain't doing that.
Right. And I recently received my honorary doctorate with Anchorway Christian University through Dr. Tashana Richardson. And I spoke to her about starting a university, and she was all hands on and pretty much gave me the example of what to do to get started.
Love it.
Okay. Yes. So this is a Christian-based academy. What made you want to start a Christian-based academy?
So we are in faith, like I was saying, and we understand that when it comes to the kingdom, everybody's not in church. Mm-hmm. You know, we're in church, we're part of the body of Christ, but everybody isn't. And just because they're not in church doesn't mean that they don't need to learn about Christ. So we understood that through education, Bible-based education, that will be a great way to help people learn about Christ.
Okay. And did you see that there was a gap in Christian-based institutions? Because I know for me, I am in faith as well. Mm-hmm. So trying to think about, okay, wanting to go to school for theology and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. It's not something that you see often.
Right.
And then I know that the Chosen is an online.
Yes.
So it's easier for people to access. So was that the main goal for you to do something that was online, easy to access, no brick and mortar?
Right. Correct. Yes. Okay. Online was so important to us because we understand that at this point in time, most of our students will not be traditional students. So with them not being traditional students, we understood that people have work, they have ministry, they have their children, they have their social life, all of those great things. And a lot of people want to get back in school and get the education. They just don't have the time, especially to be in another spot at this moment in our life.
Okay.
And tell us about your different curriculums you have.
So we have 36 different degrees, and we are an accredited university. We have degrees from bachelor's degree to your PhD, just depending on what it is. Theology, Christian leadership, Christian counseling, ethics, and management. We have, several different ones to choose from. And again, you can do it in bachelor's, master's, all the way up to your PhD.
Okay, so if people don't understand what accredited means, can you explain what accreditation and why it's important to be accredited?
Yes, that's such a great question. Thank you. So accreditation is basically saying that our school has been approved to have these different degrees, that we went through some type of curriculum for and I want to say government because we're not government based, but for a Christian base to be approved, that our school is pretty much on point to be able to teach the classes that we're teaching, and we're providing the education that is needed. All schools are not accredited, and you have some good schools out here that are not accredited, so I don't want to block them, but I knew with us teaching Christian based, because we also have an religious exemption, which means we can only teach Christian based. That's our choice. We don't want to teach anything else but the one true and living God. So we got a religious exemption for that, and we understood that along with accreditation would put us at a higher standard and let people know that we're out here really teaching the word because it's been approved.
Okay. And let's talk about honorary degree, because some people don't know what an honorary degree is.
Yes. So at this moment, I have my honorary doctorate. I actually have two because, of course, now I have one from Chosen Christian University as well. So your honorary doctorate is a prestige degree that you get for impact and influence. It's not academic. These are the things that you have done in the world that is pleasing to others, that's pleasing to God. We have 7 pillars that we go by. One of them is inspiration, influence, and we understand the importance of being a good inspiration. You know, I love social media. I'm an influencer, but I know it's a dark world sometimes.
Right.
So you have people that do something as simple as get on social media and speak the word, you know, and bless people. So that's one of them. Community impact, out giving to others. Another pillar is nonprofit organization. You know, we're showing others that people that are in nonprofit, they don't make a lot of money a lot of times, but they're giving their resources, they're giving their time to help others. Of course, we have kingdom leadership. That's a must, you know, the shepherds. And then we have career development. That's one of our pillars. And that's one of my favorites because my husband was able to get his honorary through career development. A lot of times we look at the entrepreneurs and we love them, but we forget about the people that's working the 9 to 5s, that's making sure we eat, that's making sure we have insurance and stability. So we have, again, several different pillars for the honorary doctorate, but we love honoring those who are usually not seen, not heard, but they're making such a huge impact in the world. Our motto is God chose you. So we understand that our life is our dissertation, has been defended by our testimony. And we don't knock anybody who's gotten their PhD because I think that's very important, and I'm working on some things myself. But God has given us many assignments, and a lot of us has passed those assignments without the academic behind it.
Understood. Now, if people wanted to come to Chosen, get a bachelor's, is it like a regular university where you're going there and you're like, okay, I have to do this many credit hours? What is the time frame for if I am new to this type of program? I have no credit, university credits. What is the process? What's the length of the program?
So for your bachelor's degree, it's 120 credit hours, just
Okay.
like a regular degree, and it will usually take anywhere between 18 and 24 months if you have absolutely no experience whatsoever. What we've learned is a lot of students that come to us have some type of faith-based something. So they may be ministers, they may have certificates, they may be in training, and a lot of those things we can actually use because if you were in a regular college for accounting, let's say, you know, if you have experience in accounting, then they're going to take those credits. Well, if you have experience in Christ, then we're going to take those credits.
Okay.
So it's 100% online. The classes, the book, the instructor. So it's at your own pace. You can finish in 12 months. You can finish in 3 years. It's going to be up to you depending on how much time you put into it.
Okay. Now, the biggest question.
Yes.
Financial. What is the investment people have to input into becoming into bachelor's or PhD? What is it that they have to invest in themselves?
Yeah, so our credit hours are pretty reasonable. They range for about $46 per credit. Yes, very, very, very affordable. Now, we are not a part of the U.S. Department of Education. So being that we are not a part of them, then we don't take financial aid, things like that.
Gotcha.
We have a caller, so we're going to go to the call line real quick.
Yes.
The Real Rap Radio Show. How can we help you? Caller, are you there? I guess not.
They got shot. Okay. All right.
So yeah, we don't have like financial aid, student loans, but we do have very flexible payment arrangements.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. That's definitely good to know, especially in this economy. People are like, I want to go back to school, but I
Right.
can't afford it.
Exactly.
So that's very good to know that it is very affordable.
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Now, being Christian based, are you adapting and teaching for AI since AI is kind of taking over?
Listen, absolutely. I tell any and everybody that AI is the next biggest thing since the internet. And we know that people fought the internet, but now you cannot live without the internet. I do think in several years you will not be able to pretty much do a lot without AI. So yes, we do implement AI.
Okay.
We do. Now we have actual instructors. Our instructors are not AI. Our instructors are online. They're actual instructors, but I do use AI for whatever I can.
No, exactly. Where do you see Chosen Christian Academy, in the next 5 years? Where do you see it?
So global for sure, because
Okay.
we'll be global as of June 6th because we have a graduate from London and we have a graduate from Ghana. We will be expanding our school to Ghana really soon. So global is definitely one of the places that I see us at. A lot of community service. We're actually working on the nonprofit side of Chosen Christian University. So we want to give back to the community and do things for the community.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, I heard that you were an author.
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about the book you have written and published?
I can. So I'm so glad you asked.
Well, look at here. She came prepared.
Right. So the name of my book is You Still Can. And this is a testimony. My book is a testimony of what God has done in my life. So the first part of it is a testimony. The second part goes into the things that I did to overcome as far as women empowering women, your voice, your testimony, confidence, knowing who you are in Christ. But You Still Can came from my personal nonprofit organization called Broken, which means even if it's been broken, it still can be fixed because God can fix it. And when you look at someone like me owning a university, the back part of that is a young lady from Detroit with my mom on drugs, in and out of the crack house, high school dropout, teenage mom, but God, all God, yes, God. I went from dropping out of school to owning a school. And that's all God. When people always, well, how did it happen? Yes, I put in the work. Yes, I did some things, but it's because God said so, because he still had an amazing plan for my life, even when I didn't understand who God was. And I know that if he did it for me, then he can do it for the next person coming behind me. So I share a lot of that in my book.
I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Now, you say a lot of words that resonate with me only because, like, I sing in the church choir at CTKC in Tequila. So is there a specific song that resonates with you when it comes to, worshiping?
Yes. So first of all, I want to sing in the choir, but they won't let me.
Why not?
Right. So I'm coming to your church because I appreciate that.
They let anybody sing.
Exactly.
If you have the spirit.
Yes.
They're like, come on in.
I have never understood that. But I have several songs. Now, this may not be the name of it, but I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. Yes, that's one of my.
I love you, Jesus.
Singing. Yes.
I worship and adore you.
That's it.
Yeah, that's my song.
That's it. You made me want to sing it. I just want to tell you.
Just want to tell you. You hit the tenor note. Okay, we're going to have to work on that. When we get back, we're going to do a little choir session.
You got me. So that's definitely one of them. My worship is for real.
Okay.
I absolutely love that one. I'm walking in authority. I could just go on forever. Yes.
Okay.
I love praise and worship, but I have several that just brings it home for me.
I would definitely say for me, I got a testimony.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that song. I probably was like 12, and one of our worship leaders back in my home church in New Jersey, Rose of Sharon, and being 12 and hearing that song and didn't really understand it. I just liked the beat. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But as you get older and you
Yes.
go through life's changes
That
and
testimony
obstacles, it resonates a little different.
Yes.
At 25,
Right.
30, 39,
Right.
and
Right.
now 45. It hits so
We're
much
25.
different.
We're still 25.
Oh, sorry. She's so right about that. Yes, I am 25 still.
Yes, and look it.
I love it. I love
Yes,
it.
yes.
So, any plans on writing another book?
Absolutely. I also have a book that I have co-authored that actually made me a best-selling author with my Apostle Natasha Bibbins, and that is God Will Right Your Wrong Too. And that book is a collaboration of many of us sharing our testimonies. And then I have a book, Six-Figure Journey, the blueprint to becoming a six-figure earner. When I was in direct sales, I became a six-figure earner. So I am right now working on collaborating another book with some amazing women, so we'll talk.
Okay.
But with some amazing women, because I truly believe in the power of connection. And I think, unfortunately, that's where women miss it. We were created to complete and not compete. And we can do so much more together when we learn to complete one another. Even back to the school, I have an amazing team, an amazing board. My chancellor, Dr. Natasha Bibbins, ambassadors that we have, Pastor Lisa Bush, Dr. Kathy Smith, Dr. Catrice. Like, God has just really blessed me. And then my amazing husband, of course. Cannot leave him out because we're married, but we're a team. And it's just so important to be a team. And so without him, I couldn't do any of this because he's the foundation. He allows me to go out and live out loud and spend all the money on my dreams and, all of that great stuff. So that's Dr. Derek Bowman, but he is absolutely amazing. So saying all that to say I have several books that I am praying about that God will allow to come. to
And they're purchasable on Amazon Prime or?
They're on Amazon, and then they're also on my website, TanishaBowman.com. But yes, they are on Amazon. If you look up Tanisha L. Bowman, you will be able to see the books.
Now you're talking about, you and your husband, and I see the love that you guys have for one another, and him being able to support your dream and push you to get out there. And I see a lot more now, like social media influencers, families. Do you guys ever think about maybe, starting a family page, just you and your husband?
Oh, I thought you were going to say a family.
She didn't even let me finish. She was already winning it, no?
So,
starting a social media page, just you and your husband, and using your faith-based, ministry, and collaborating with one another to kind of like broaden. Because the one thing we don't have a lot is good marriages to look after,
right?
Especially on social media. You get a lot of these, men bashing women bashing men, and even the ones that are married, is some of the content is not stuff that you really want to see. I don't want to see half the stuff that these married people are doing. Right. So I think if we could, have, couples, families that have more of a faith-based background to kind of show us that, look, you don't have to be corny, or you don't have to be, on the other side to be influential.
Right, and happy and have fun. So I love that question because I just started it.
Really? Okay.
So long story short, when I was in my direct sales business, I had a separate page, and I had like 21,000 followers over there. That's so low. I had like 21,000 followers over there. I'm cutting up.
Say that to the person that's struggling with 3,000 followers.
Okay. But so I ended that page, and because I have a lot of content of me and my husband on my page, and then I have Chosen on my page, and then I have me on my page, and then I have my brunch on my page. So I literally just started Blessed by the Bowmans. I changed it from what my page was in direct sales to that page. So people don't know it yet because I'm moving all the content over there so I can stop making my page so congested with everything. So yes, I think that is amazing. We do a lot of TikToks and stuff. He said that he's threatened. That's why he does them, but he sees the check. That's why he does them.
I'm gonna need y'all help on that one because I need some checks to come.
Yes, he sees the Facebook check. So, but we have a lot of fun with it.
That's good.
Because marriage is fun and it can be clean. And I know exactly what you're talking about because unfortunately that's what social media sees and that's what they love. But I feel like if people start showing them another side, they'll fall in love with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
It's like you need that. You need that balance.
Yes.
Sometimes it's cool. I laugh a little bit here and there, but for the most part, you really want to start seeing more clean content.
Exactly.
Especially from married couples to be able to see this is the standard. This is what as younger folks should be kind of looking for into marriage and saying marriage is a good thing. You just got to find the right person.
Just got to find the right person. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's a whole nother conversation.
I have learned.
Yeah, some of them are not chosen. Some of them wasn't chosen.
God told me, he was like, I told you, no, I gave you sign after sign. I'll be like, it wasn't big enough, Lord.
Right. Exactly.
But we learn. We live and we learn.
Yeah, we live and we learn.
Now back to the university. So you have 3 graduations coming up?
I do. So we had our very first graduation December 6th. It was absolutely amazing. We had 44 graduates total. God did his thing. That was in Atlanta. We have a more private graduation coming up in March. It will be 5 students, but it's more on a private scale in Virginia. We have a conference called Recharge that we will be a part of. And at the end of that conference will be the graduation. So that's just a little shameless plug for Recharge in Virginia, if you're in Virginia. But then we have Georgia again, which of course you will be a part of, that graduation in June. Right after that, we have a graduation in Minnesota. Super excited about that. One of our ambassadors, Dr. Lisa, is leading that one. And then in September, we have a graduation in my hometown, which Detroit, Michigan.
Okay,
Detroit.
Yes. In the house.
Yes.
313?
Yes.
And I've never been, so I'm going to have to
you
visit.
Yes, you you have to visit. Detroit is doing so much better now. We have a new mayor and all of that great stuff. Black female. God is doing a new thing. So I'm super excited about Detroit because I get to go back to where it all started.
That's
awesome.
Yes.
Now, I did have a question because I remember Walil was like, look, the colors of Chosen are green.
Yes.
Why did you pick green as the color of Chosen?
Yes, money. No, I'm just playing.
I was thinking that. Bring me the money, but
Bring me the money. No, so the color green, one reason that it is really near and dear to my heart is because it's my maiden name. My maiden name is green, just like the color green. But when we were praying and just reading and looking up on colors, green not only meant money, it meant prosperity. And prosperity is so important in the kingdom. A lot of times, people look at people, and I won't name names, but famous people, you know, they have concerts and the tickets are $2,000-$3,000, and you know, you're gonna miss your rent this month to go to that concert. But then when you talk about the kingdom, you feel as if the kingdom should not have prosperity. Well, all they do is preach. You know, why should I have to give them my money? But you give your money everywhere else, but you don't want to give it to people that are laboring over you. Now, I do understand that there has been abuse in the kingdom. I don't take anything against that, but I also understand that wealth and prosperity is our birthright. The word says that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. God came so that we can have life and have it more abundantly. So I do believe in prosperity for the kingdom, and not just for Chosen, but for anybody that comes through Chosen. Anybody who wears that green robe that comes through Chosen, I believe in prosperity for them.
I love that.
Love it.
I love that.
Thank you. Yes.
Now, your educators. Where did you find your educators?
So our educators, actually, most of them came with the school. That was a part of our package with the school, educators that are online. The educators that we are now implementing are people who have their PhDs, and we're in the process of that part. But the educators that we have now are educators that came with the school that are knowledge-based in the Bible, and they teach directly from the Bible.
What version of the Bible? Because you know there's many versions.
Yes, so that's a good question. Different ones teach from different versions.
Really?
Yes, because, and I don't have anything against the scholars because I have a school, but I'm not the this, that. God talked to me in the message. He'd be like, girl, I don't told you. So, I'm going to read mainly the New King James Version, but I'm going to go to the message. I'm going to go to the Passion. I'm going to go to the NIV so I can get a better understanding. So our teachers actually teach from different ones depending on what course it is.
Okay. Now, if people wanted to maybe partner or support your school, how can they do that?
So in order to support, we do have ambassadors for the school. Now, we do have a process to become an ambassador, but if you're interested in becoming an ambassador, then of course just contact us at the school. Our email is ccu@chosenchristianuniversity.org. We do have a lead ambassador that will speak with you, and go over the process and a couple of other things. I've kind of taken my hands out of that part because, I was a one-man show forever, but she will go over some things with you, and then we will decide if that's the right fit for you. And you can nominate people for their honorary, which we think is amazing, or to actually start the school.
I love that. Okay.
Yep. Now, as far as partnering too, because I don't want to leave this part out. If you want to just give a donation to the school, yes, because the school does take donations, then you can inbox us, email us again. We'll send you the link to the school, or you can just go to chosenchristianuniversity.org, and we can tell you how to do that as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, with launching this school, was there any, I would say, kind of like challenges with launching this school? Because I could see it's a lot.
It's a lot. A lot of things were built in from the person who actually originally helped us launch the school, which was Dr. Yui. But the main challenges we got was really fear. From us, because who are you to think you can launch a whole school, wait a minute now. So we really had to have some supporting people around us, which we're thankful for, but also from people. So when I started sending things out and communicating with people, especially on the honorary side, I was told I was a scam, I was blocked, how dare I, and things like that. And that's the part that people don't see. They see all the yeses, they see the glamour, they don't see the no's, they don't see people go to another school that's exactly like yours because it's you, and they don't think that you're capable of doing it, but because this person has this behind their name, or this status, people that you are connected with. You will see go other ways. And one of the things that, because it was a post that was made by my leader the other day about God exposing people, and although your feelings get involved, especially us as women, and you get hurt,
Right.
one of the things that me and my husband are learning to do in this process when people go another way or if it shifts is thank you, God. Because man's rejection is God's protection. So although we want the people, that's not who God had for us.
No, definitely.
Okay, we have another caller. Well, maybe not.
Like he pushed the wrong button.
There's only one button to press.
I mean, like, is Jesus on the main line?
Tell him what you want. Listen.
Call him up and tell him what you want.
want.
That's right.
Yes. I'm a little poached, so I couldn't sing that part. But
No, it's okay.
yeah.
It's still early for me too. And I'm glad that you touched on that, only because people in ministry, like that was my question, like the people that are in ministry, how do they look at Chosen, like is it really real, is is it something that somebody should really, are we going to take it serious if somebody got a doctorate or got a bachelor's from this school? Do you feel like you get that a lot?
Yes, I feel like it's both ways. We have, again, very supportive, but you definitely have. Listen, no matter what you do, there's always going to be crabs in the bucket. Not calling you a crab, but yes, you
She's
are.
calling you a hater.
Yes, there are always going to be haters, no matter what you do, no matter how great you do it, no matter what you've overcome, no matter what you've proven, there are always going to be people that will say, no way. It's just going to happen, and you really have to, anything we do, we really have to learn to block the haters. Thank you. And even when you're ready to come back, we have to open our arms and let them back, because that's what God said. I'm not God, but I know that's what I have to do, right? Because we have had people at the beginning that said no, but then seen the graduation, and now they've come back. So, there are a lot of things going on out here in the world that has made people very skeptical, and I do try to respect that and even honor that, because it's their decision. We're not car salesmen. We're not going to harass you. We're not going to keep calling and come here, come here, and come here. If this is where God wants you to be, this is where you'll end up at, and we've learned that.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So as we begin to close out, any final thoughts or closing remarks?
Just to remember that you still can. God chose you. 1 Peter 2:9 tells us that God chose us, and that's what we want you to know at Chosen. If you're interested in receiving your doctorate degree because you've done some amazing things in the world, because a lot of times we downplay ourselves and we don't, we want to be humble, but then we feel like that we should not receive honor. If that's you and you want to receive your honorary degree, then contact us, chosenchristianuniversity.org. If I have some of the ambassadors on, I'm sure that they'll put the links in there. Email us at ccu@chosenchristianuniversity.org. And if you're ready to come back to school, again, a lot of you have started, a lot of you have been in ministry for a while. We can utilize those credits. Now is the time. Stop allowing what others say, what others think to hold you back. I went to school and got my bachelor's degree from AIU. It took me forever, but I finally did it. Now I have my master's degree, of course, in ministry from Chosen, and I'm working on other things, but just don't delay the plan that God has for your life, whether it's with Chosen, whether it's with another school, whatever you're doing. Do not delay the plans that God has for your life, because the plans that he has for you will blow your mind if you allow him in and you allow him to show you your purpose.
So true.
That's so true. Now, when you guys get, musical ministry
Yes.
as one, let me know.
Yes.
So I can minister music.
Yes,
Try my best.
listen, you will have to. You will have to. One of our honoraries that one of our ambassadors created is in fine arts and entertainment.
Really?
Because she's
Okay.
into production and into movies and things like that. And so that deserves to be honored as well. So that's one of the honoraries that we have created for the school.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
It was a pleasure talking to you. I could talk to you all day.
This was
So we'll
amazing.
definitely have to connect after.
Absolutely,
So-
absolutely, yes.
Thank you so much, Tanisha.
Yes.
So it's your boy Walil Archer from the Real Rap Radio Show, broadcast on Downtown Hot Radio, Dallas Hot Christian Radio, and Spiritual Vibe Radio.
It was an honor to be here again, Dr. Tanisha L. Bowman here, as well as my husband in his absence, Dr. Derek Bowman, Chosen Christian University, where we want you to be reminded that God chose you.
And thank you for Downtown Hot Radio for having Nilyne on air, the little elephant in the room, joining you here today.
And that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.